it comes out bad, delete it. Hey everybody, out to lunch here with Robo. Robo's going to demonstrate a Scout Rush build. So the first thing he's going to do, he's playing as Huns, he doesn't need to build 2 houses. So what he's going to do is scout with villagers to find his initial 4 sheep, which he did on the right. Then his next priority is going to be to get 6 villagers on sheep as soon as possible. Point of that being is 6 villagers is the minimum amount of villagers you need to sustain villager production and get you the 50 food that you need to make your next villager every 25 seconds. He's got his sheep right under his town center, which is good because if you notice, if you ever take the time to actually watch the villagers gather, they don't actually have to walk back and forth. All they do is stand up, sit down, no walking time for the fastest possible and most efficient gathering. Now, villager number 7, population number 8, goes to wood. So Robo's going to build a lumber camp. Now, another thing you want to watch for lumber camp placement, you can see this wood is not the best example. Well, it's a pretty good example. You kind of want to place your lumber camp as deep as you can into the forest. Like you want to sort of engulf it into the forest. And the reason for that being you can get the maximum amount of gathering space around the lumber camp here, and get as many villagers as you can out of one lumber camp. The other thing he does, the next 2 villagers also go into wood. The other thing he does is place 2 villagers on one side, 1 villager on the other side, to get them as close as they can to the lumber camp because you don't want them walking. Now, villager number 10, population number 11 goes and lures the boar. Shoot it twice, run back, Robo. There you go.
I'm trying to run.
You just... That villager is in great danger, but Robo's gonna save it. Garrison, yeah, that's how you do it. So this is a good lure. He lured with no loom. He's delaying loom to get the maximum amount of production at a dark age. He's still force dropping twice so he can keep his villager production up. Don't be afraid to force drop because you don't want idle TC time. This is a perfect lure. You got him right under the TC. Same as the sheep. The villagers don't have to walk anywhere. They just get up, sit down. That's it. Now, next 2 villagers after that are going to sheep. I'm sorry, that was 11, 12. Yeah, next 2 on sheep. Then villager number 13, population number 14 goes to berries. Then, so 14, 15, 16, and 17 are all going to go to berries. Now, meanwhile, while that happens, Robo's going to be keeping an eye on how much meat is left on the board. He's got about 118 left now. He's already sent out his next villager to get the next boar, which is in the back of his TC. He's also got deer pretty close to the TC here. He might want to, if you have time and if you're a fast player, you can sort of get behind the deer, push him towards the TC. That's usually a good idea. Deer's about 140 food apiece. They gather faster, like the boar does, at the same speed as the boar, so usually a good opportunity. In this game, Robo's valuing scouting over actually pushing the deer towards the TC, so... Okay, so now we're on 18. 18, villager number 17, pop number 18 can go to either sheep or boar, whichever one you have more of at the time. If the sheep came in late, if your boar came in early for whatever reason, you can choose that one. Same with 19. 20 is going to go to wood. There she goes.
She's going to get the sheep first and then go to wood.
Is she?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Robo's actually got 2 sheep over in the corner that he forgot to grab. So it's not going to hurt him too much here. You should have sheep left over. After you click to Fuedal Age, you should still be collecting sheep on your way to Fuedal, and you should have a little bit of boar left over as well. Okay, so he's 22 pop. He's researching Loom, which is absolutely essential, especially in open maps where you can be attacked. Your villagers will die extremely quickly without Loom. Now he's got enough food. He clicks up at 8:30, which will put him up at about 10 minutes and 40 seconds, which with 22 pop is pretty much the average. You can get it as fast as 10-15 with 22 pop, but generally you see 10-30, 10-40, just because the maps are randomly generated. They're never perfect. Every once in a while you get a perfect map. They're never really perfect. Now during the feudal transition he builds a second lumber camp. You want 2 lumber camps. Correct me if I'm wrong here, Robo. You want 2 lumber camps just to maximize the efficiency of your woodcutters.
Yeah, so they don't bump into each other as much and they don't need to walk as much.
Right, because I actually used to just drop 1. Lately I've been dropping 2. I used to think that I'm not going to have enough for my barracks and my stable, which you need for scouts, once I got to Feudal Age. So, but actually it's so much more efficient that you will still have enough wood for your barracks and your stable.
Well, you should.
As soon as you hit Feudal. You will. I haven't had been short yet since I started doing it. Okay. So he's Feudal Age. His barracks is already built. He's now building a stable. He's gonna take double bed axe ASAP. And as soon as that stable is up, he's gonna start building scouts. He's already queued up villagers as well. You want to do that as soon as you hit the feudal, just because your TC should never be idle. So he's sending those to wood. You're gonna need a lot of wood to make a lot of farms, to make a lot of scouts. And we got 1 scout coming out. You can see the enemy scout scoping out Robo. When they do that, you should do like this. Garrison your TC. Try and kill that scout, or at least take some HP off him, because if your enemy is scout rushing you, you will see, you will have to fight that initial scout along with whatever scouts they ended up making. So he's already got 2 scouts, garrison in the stable, ready to go. If you don't want to send your military units out right away, you just click on your military production building and then right click on top of that building. That'll actually keep the units in the building until you choose to ungarrison them with either a hotkey or the mouse button in the bottom left. So he's got 3. With this initial scout, that's enough for some initial scout rating. So he's already scouted out. He's playing against the AI, so the AI is totally oblivious to his initial scouts standing on all these deer villagers. This is what you want to look for, though. You want to look for villagers that are either undefended by spears or sitting out by themselves. Like this. They're way out here, way far away from the town center. They are never ever gonna make it back. There's no chance for them to make it back. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4 isolated villagers.
Yeah.
You can see the computer coming in with their scout. Yeah. About 4 isolated villagers. And some other prime targets when you're scout rating are gold if your enemy's taking gold early. That's important. Lumber. You can see he already found the lumber camp. Enemy doesn't have any spears, so he doesn't have to get back. If you do see spears, you usually, as a newer player, just gonna want to run away. As you get more advanced, you can select the scout that the spear is targeting and sort of kite him away while the rest of the scouts kill the spear. Or take gold at about 13 minutes. Take bloodlines early, which it looks like Robo's already doing. Take bloodlines yet, Robo? Not yet.
Not. Didn't have the gold for it. I'm just ignoring it and going straight to archers.
Another thing you want to keep in mind when you're scout raiding is stay away from the TC. Another pointer I could throw in is if you're targeting a single villager who, for example, is on low HP, you're gonna want to set him to stand ground. If you set him to defensive, they may target other nearby units, even though you right-clicked on the low HP villager. If you set him to stand ground, they'll attack that specific villager, spear, whatever you're targeting.
But you got to remember that they won't attack anyone else after that. So you got to keep an eye on who they attack, or else they'll just sort of sit there for a while, which is quite annoying.
Right. So keep your scouts on control groups, and keep your stances on hotkeys, because you're gonna have to constantly be switching back and forth. Let's see. What else do I have to say? Looks like Robo's pretty much cleaned out the entire surrounding area around this AI. I'm thinking the AI is gonna GG as soon as it runs out of bills. Any decent player is usually gonna get a couple spears out to repel your scouts. Usually when you scout rush, you're eventually gonna want to transition to archers, which is what Robo is already doing. To counter any spears that may be out to counter your scouts. Another benefit from that is that archers only cost wood and gold. You'll be able to save wood, save food to get to the castle age earlier. And it looks like you're almost there, right?
Yeah, almost. I'm gonna do bloodlines and do handcart and then go up. Or wheelbarrow, whatever it is.
Bloodlines, wheelbarrow, go up. That sounds like a good plan. He's on about 52 pop right now, so it's a pretty textbook build. If all goes well, if you're winning the game, this is the way it should look. Obviously, if something else happens, you're gonna have to transition. You're gonna have to react. Don't stick to scouts if there's 50 spears running around. You're gonna need more archers. But scouts are good, scouts are fast. The only thing faster than a scout rush is the drush, so you'll be the first one there if you do the build right.
And if you're really far away from the enemy, you could beat a drush. Because scouts are just so much faster.
Right.
And I'm going up.
There you go, Castle Age. How many scouts would you say is worth it before... to research light cavalry and the castle age, because I know light cav are not that good.
If I was saying playing as Mongols, I'd probably do it with about 6 or so. But any other civ you need to have a good 8 or so, I reckon.
Yeah, Mongols get an HP bonus to their light cav, right?
Yeah.
But not scouts, only light cav.
And really, they're not that
computer's
worth
really
it.
Struggling here. So he's on his way to castle. I figure he's probably going to put down some kind of siege workshop, forward siege workshop, and try and take down the town center. That's the only thing really left here. He's pretty much cleaned out everything else. No vills on gold. These vills tried to go back to wood. That was a mistake.
Because the AI is stupid.
Yeah, they really are. Hopefully we'll get some new AIs in the next patch or something like that that can actually put up a fight.
Something else to remember, you should always replace your lumber camps so that your villagers don't need to walk as far, because it just makes them more efficient.
Yeah, as soon as you have space, ideally, as soon as you have space to place another lumber camp, you should. You can see Robo building another lumber camp right along his wood line as soon as he has the space. So 1, 2, 3 tiles. As soon as they're walking, the villagers are walking 3 tiles, he's already got another lumber camp in. So all in all, pretty efficient. Hitting castle age 23 minutes. That's pretty much, if everything goes perfect, this is the way it's gonna go. AI still trying to save the remaining 5 villagers that are left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, Robo's also got another gold mine here to minimize the walking on his gold miners. Something to consider. If you have the extra 100 wood, it's worth it to place another gold mine on your gold. And crossbows, as soon as they get bodkin arrow, they'll be outranging the TC.
Yeah, game's pretty much over now.
Yeah, this is it. They keep trying to send guys out. They can't.
And I just found
a human opponent would have called GG. Oh, no way, the computer's taking gold? Oh, he's taking stone. That was a good game, Hernan Cortez.
Yeah. GG. Well played. No re.
No re, man. We gotta go. That was weak.